most likely we're gonna cover 5 chapters, how they are performing on data, what are the opportunities you like. We're gonna discuss in many more details. Yeah, so this is the content we're gonna cover today. So I'm going to explain about myself, how we started, what's my background, and how the PFF has emerged. We're operating from last 1 year. So many success stories to share today. So I'm going to explain about that. So we are going to talk about the capital cities, how the graph looking like after COVID, how many markets have performed and where they are sitting now. And we're gonna discuss about the recent growth comparison between all these capitals. I will also touch upon that how we can read data and predict which markets are going to grow, like how we can relate different graphs and what philosophy we use to pick up right suburb, pick up right properties. In the end, as the title of the presentation says, what is the next opportunity, right? So we have been buying a lot of properties. For example, in a Perth market recently, Perth was doing really good and still doing really good, right? What can be the next one? I'll still talk about Perth, talk about any, but we generally feel what will be the next market. Yeah, so in the end, I'm going to share a lot of success stories. One of my clients have success stories. Okay, explaining myself, I came to Australia in 2015 and I did masters in electrical engineering. So straight away after finishing my masters, I got a job in world's leading company, Jacobs, as a grad electrical engineer. The career was very lucrative. I've worked around 5 years in railway signaling, kind of in a senior position when I quit my job last month. My passion was property, from childhood. My family was a lot involved in a property. When I landed here on a student visa in 2050 doing masters, I was exploring different areas. Just had no PR, no funds, nothing. Just exploring different areas, looking into data, started listening to YouTube videos, a lot of podcasts, started educating myself, picked up leading courses where I can educate myself. And then, I started building my own portfolio. Bought one property in Melbourne, extract equity, bought second one in Perth, and I bought in Cairns. Now I'm again in the buying phase. So I just started with around $40,000 deposit. Now I'm sitting on 400 to 500 equity within 3 years. 400, 500K equity. So yeah, that was my journey. I started helping my few friends, and they started getting very good results. And then someone just asked, why not I just pay you and help us? And I started, doing my license, then started jumping into making it a side hustle. Within 1 year of the PFF, right? Within 1 year of PFF, it has grown really, really good, right? So now within a year, we did 33 clients so far, over 25 purchases, multiple states. So it was a point last month, when I decided let's do it full time. There's a lot of potential. At this stage, we have a good pipeline of the clients as well. Last month only we closed 9 deals, back to back, expanding very fast. Now we have 4 people in the team. My wife did a job and she's joined me as well. So we are spending. Vision is to be Australia's leading buyer agency within the next 2-3 years. We want to make processes so smooth. Some of the success stories sitting just in this room, where we just bought a property within 2-3 weeks for them. Settled, rented within 2 months. We want to make that as smooth as possible. Sitting here in Sydney, buying anywhere in Australia. You don't have to spend $1 million here in Sydney to rent it out on $600. Yeah. So for example, my property in Perth I bought for $380K. Within 1.5 years, it's now valued around 500 and rented for 550. So you don't have to trade growth with the cash flow. You can find right opportunities which are going to grow in a value as well and give you good cash flow. So we use approach of data. I'll talk about it. Next slide. So first, this disclaimer is whatever we are going to discuss today is more, not a financial freedom, not a financial advice. We haven't considered your personal circumstances. So, before taking any action, talk to the professionals, reach out to us. So, accountant or mortgage broker, talk with everyone, and then take any, informed decision. So yes, so first is Sydney market. So as we see, Sydney market during October 2020 to January 2022 has grown around 25%, had a massive growth, right? What happened with the interest rates increasing, affordability issues? It started, there was a correction in last till from the peak. It has corrected almost 13%. But we just secured a property in Sydney in Blacktown Council. We have seen market is started picking up again. We started looking to growth, again. Open houses super busy. Properties are going 200K above the asking price and the reserve price. So the activity started happening again. But we don't really prefer buying in Sydney straight away, But if you really want to stick with the Sydney, try finding properties which have a potential of putting granite flat. At least you're still getting 5% rental yield, or even better if you buy in a right pocket, right property. Right? So investment is all the business game. It's just treat it as a business. It should be profitable. Right? So you shouldn't be burning money from the pocket just to hold a property. I'm not burning any money at the moment, holding 3 properties. So yeah, what I would say is, the rents for a $1 million property, I pick up Caucus Hills, is one of the very good suburbs based on data. We recently bought in a Blacktown Council as well. So we kind of like that area. That's why I picked up Caucus Hill suburb from there. What we can see is, even though you're buying a $1 million property, you're getting around only 550, 600 rent. Right? We are achieving, results like buying 500K property in 600 rent and growing as well. So this is not our first choice, but still, if you really want to stick with the Sydney, there are opportunities and we can definitely help out. Right? So the gross rental yield is still sitting like a 3.5%. It's not good. You can get a 6% rental yield, 5.5 rental yield in many other capital cities, and you don't really have to travel for that. Now, we have right teams on the ground which can help you buy those properties. Melbourne market, Sydney market started picking up. Melbourne is just, last month has, recorded 1%, around 1% growth, but it's kind of in a recovery phase. We really, again, don't prefer buying investment properties in Melbourne at this stage for next few months because of these reasons. You're buying like a 800K property rented for $500, and Melbourne doesn't allow you to rent a granite flat to someone else's house. So finding properties which gives you a very good rental yield, gross rental yield, is a bit hard in Melbourne. So that's not a first choice, second choice, to buy in Melbourne. So same story with Sydney, just giving around 3% rental yield. So there are again very good markets, you can buy really good properties, high, close. Next. Yeah, so Brisbane, so this is a market, something similar to Sydney. What happened is it had a correction. Now it is picking up again. Best part Sydney and Brisbane is Sydney, you need a big budget to buy property on 800, 900K to buy a good one, right? Brisbane, you can still pick a good property in a 500 to 600K range. It can be having a good granite flat potential as well. We are putting offers, securing properties, the big block having a side access, so you can just put a granite flat, just 2-bedroom granite flat, and your rental yield shoots from, at the moment, if you don't put a granite flat, it can still give you 5% rental yield, but if you put a granite flat, it can go to 7.5% rental yield. When you're buying property, you don't need to put a granite flat straight away. But when you are reaching to your borrowing capacity limits, you have extra cash, you want extra money, then only you buy a property with a granting flood potential. Whenever you have that extra cash but don't have borrowing capacity, then you can put that granting flood in and improve your cash flow. So Brisbane, what we see, we feel is a very good market, has corrected and now kind of set to grow again. So it's one of the good markets we see other than Perth, which is really good. I'll explain that a little bit later. So why we think Brisbane can be a good market. Rental as well, issue with the, so when we have a massive growth, what happened is rent is increasing as well, but not the same pace how the property value is growing. So what we can see is, rental yields started going down. At the, when we see Perth, next slide, prices of the properties are growing very well, but the rents are increasing the same pace. The rental yields are almost the same. If you hold it like you buy it a year ago, now it's sitting like a 7-8% growth yield. But at this stage as well, you can find properties giving you minimum 5.5% rental yield. So if you go, I'll explain Adelaide before we go to Perth. So Adelaide had the same, like the 300k property kind of become 500k property in Adelaide. It's a massive growth during the COVID. And the same story with the Brisbane, around 40% has grown, right? Data factors are still aligning for Adelaide, but what we feel is it's not a right time to enter in the Adelaide market. It's done pretty good. There was no correction. We don't see it can do a similar way like that in a short period, but it has already done. Same story, rent has grown too much as well with the growth, but hasn't grown that much. The rental yield goes down. Right? So Adelaide Paraloy is one of the great suburbs. When I was looking like 2.5 years ago, Paraloy, we can find a good house in 300, 550k and rent it for like 380, 400. But the same house is now sitting around 500k. So we don't feel it's a good entry point in Adelaide. Still, from a diversification point of view, for example, I have one property in Victoria, one in Perth, one in Cairns. For diversification point of view, yes, Adelaide can be a good market because how when there was a Melbourne sector, my Melbourne property was growing. Otherwise, I extracted quickly twice, bought 2 properties. Now my Melbourne property is not performing well because Melbourne is not going through a growth cycle, but Perth and Cairns are doing really good. Now you can so when the idea of diversification is having multiple properties in multiple locations, so that at least some of your portfolio is growing at some point. So yes, so Adelaide again, we feel that it's still sitting on a peak. It will not perform as the few other like Brisbane and Perth can do. The Perth, same story. See, the growth is from 350, properties are going to 500k mark. Right? The beauty of that is growing, the rent is growing the same pace. Even though the growth is happening, rent is growing, the yield is getting better. At this stage, still we are finding properties in 520, 530k range giving you 600 rent. We just secured like around 8 properties last month only in Perth, offering almost same results. Yeah? So, but it is like grown around 25% from the base during the COVID. But this is the only capital city which didn't correct after the COVID. Still performing. Now still the graph keeps going up. So Marriwa is one of the very good suburbs on north side of the Perth, one of the shortlisted suburbs where we were looking properties. You will have most of the similar stories with the suburbs which are aligning on data. That's almost similar stories with all of them. So this is from CoreLogic. So this is just 1st of June reading the new chart. So what you can see is, there was a correction in most of the markets. If you see dark blue is the Perth, it wasn't going in the negative territory, but most of the other capital cities went to the negative chart. And then now this month, you can see all of the capital cities are in a positive territory. Market started picking up. Even though interest rates are increasing, we are getting calls every day. Market is super hot, right? So in Perth itself, what we are realizing is some properties first day getting multiple offers. How we are securing is we have built a lot of good relationship with the sales agent. When they see okay the transaction goes very smooth, they prefer us. We get some insights. We get a lot of off-market opportunities. That's why we keep securing properties in the market. So yes, so median value, yes. Sydney is still median value sitting over $1 million. Now following with Melbourne, Brisbane, and Canberra is expensive as well. We don't really prefer buying investment properties in Canberra because of land tax. We prefer, Adelaide. We don't. It's sitting on a fee. It's best markets. Next time, if you go, best market we prefer Brisbane and Perth. I talk about relevancy of data. When we say data, what does that mean? Percentage stock on market, online search interest, vacancy rates. Then a lot of 10 data factors we look and compare graphs before we pick up okay, this server is gonna grow now. And this server looks lucrative, right? So I'll tell you the relevancy of some data factors. For example, this is days on market. Days on market is when the property was listed for sale, how long it stays on the market before it goes under offer. So days on market is trending low. What happened is, that means the property market is out there, the median prices started going up. That's how, that's one of the data factors we look at. Next is listing. When listing is down, that means percentage stock on market is getting down. When stock is down, means price is gonna grow. Next is vacancy rate. Vacancy rate is, for example, there are 100 suburbs in a suburb, 100 houses in a suburb. If one house is vacant, it means 1% vacancy rate. Right? If you have 2,000 houses in a suburb, say okay, 20 houses it means 1%. We generally target buying properties where the vacancy rate is standing less than 1%. What we realize is within a 1 week or 2 weeks, we get tenants. What we generally play with our contracts is we ask to advertise the property before even it gets settled. So we start getting the applications. Whenever the settlement happens, first weekend we do open house, straight away property get rented. So that is an important data factor we consider before putting an offer. And we bought around 25 properties already for clients. We haven't faced more than 1 week vacancy. When someone is moving out, we know okay, tenant is moving out, but still there's a lot of we will get better than next time. What happened with the vacancy rate sitting 0%? What we realize is we are advertising property for $600 per week, but some just to secure properties offering $650, $660, even though some offer 6 months advance. So we initially when we do our cash flow analysis, we like okay, the gross yield is 5.8% or something, but actually on ground we get 6.57%. You can see it plays a pretty good role here. Yeah. So why I said like the next opportunity is can be Brisbane and Perth for investment purposes. First is I'll talk about highest GSP per capita, like gross state per capita in Western Australia. Like the economy is now very strong. Mining is doing good. It's highest GSP per capita compared to any other capital cities, capital states or states. Only capital city at the moment in general is offering 5.5% rental rate. There's no other capital city offering 5.5% at the moment. So what happened in 2014? There was a mining bust and there was a correction. At one point, Sydney and Perth prices was almost same. Right? Then 2014 correction happened, but Sydney gone too hard and Perth kind of corrected for a few years. So the gap is huge. The income, the quality of application we get, quality of houses we get, income is very high. The affordability is not an issue, even though the interest rates are high. that's why we say okay, Perth can it's growing good, but still it's a good market. Right? From day on a day one, if listing is good, there are multiple applications, multiple offers, getting sold within 2-3 days. So that's the at the moment situation with the Perth. Right? Lot of clients, what we are getting is trying to secure a property in a Perth, but struggling. They just come back, okay, we struggled there for 4-5 months, now we just want someone to help us out to buy a property. And what we have delivered is buying there for within 2-3 weeks, this is after the sundown. So, another reason that there is a high number of projected arrivals. The leading chart is Melbourne, Sydney will have maximum migration, but Perth will still have a good number of migrants coming to the city. There is like a construction issues going on. There's not many houses getting built. Existing houses have a lot of demand. It will keep growing from that point of view. There's a massive naval warship manufacturing project coming, gonna bring thousands of jobs in the region. There is a new container port getting built in Tavinana, one of the suburbs, one of the areas in Perth. So that's gonna bring a lot of jobs. There's a good lithium deposits. They are setting up a battery manufacturing units. That's gonna bring a lot of ongoing jobs, and we know the lithium is the next fuel. So we have a good deposit in Western Australia for that. Metronet is one of the projects where they're connecting regional areas to the capital cities, capital cities, and the trains are very fast. Within if you're still 50 kilometers from the city, you can reach to the city within 40 minutes. So that's a big deal. Metronet is a massive project happening in railways. So there is a lot of still potential in the Perth market. What we see after the correction, Brisbane can be a next market. It has kind of data started aligning again. It's just a cash flow thing. The cash flow at the moment is just 5% in general. But if you are buying for the long-term capital growth, as close as we're gonna come close to the long phase, it will start attracting a lot of investors. The project's gonna start. There is a massive project going from Toowoomba to Brisbane, going to be a 1.5 hour fast rail between those cities. There is a project going from metro for a city as well. There's a lot of hospitals getting expanded. A lot of projects coming in a Brisbane. Price point, other thing is the migration. Brisbane has interstate and international migration both. A lot of people who can't afford in Sydney, next thing they prefer, okay, let's go to Brisbane. Still have a diverse economy, a lot of industries there. That interstate migration is happening, and a lot of people coming from overseas as well. So that's again a good point. Still, you can find something in 550 to 650K price range. So we really feel, that's why we are focusing in Perth and Brisbane at the moment. Buying a lot of properties, the city is helping us, sourcing the property, this kind of backbone of the business as well. We kind of both working together to secure many properties in those cities. So this is more, today's topic was covering only capital cities, but there are a lot of regional hubs as well which are really good. Like Farm of Queensland, Queenstown is good, pretty good. If you want to stick with New South Wales, Toowoomba can be a good market. So there are many regional hubs. So I am totally focusing on capital cities today. So if you are focused to buy in a capital cities, go for a Perth and Brisbane. If you want to stick with the Sydney, we can try finding a property which can at least give you a good rental. Even though you're buying $1 million, still you get $1,000 rent or something like that. Yeah. So the success story is, one guy, he just arrived in Australia with $30,000-$40,000 saving. When he reached out to me, he said, I just have 60,000 saved with me. Can you buy me or something? So what we did is we bought a property in Tamworth, in New South Wales. We explored a lot of market like Muswellbrook, then we found out the power station are shutting down very soon. The economy is very, very dependent on those, mining around Muswellbrook. We just discounted that. Albury was, reaching to its peak. It was not a really good market to enter. There was okay, Canvas can be a good market to enter. So we bought a property for 340 million, which was way under the value, went to 420. Within a 4-5 months, that guy revalued the property, it comes to 390. So he got 40,000 equity out, put 10,000 on top of it. We bought off market in the property. That property we bought for 473 and rented for 550. So I personally build my portfolio on equity. Now when we are buying based on data, most likely you're gonna get the equity in a short term. For the long term, we have to see the overall economy, the projects coming online, or ongoing jobs coming, all those things. But when you say, okay, the market is coming low, stock is not there, there's no way price can go down. It's gonna go on the other direction. So this is one of the success story. Next success story. Flip has done a great job on that one. We bought in a Blacktown Council. The client's requirement was, I want to buy an investment property just in Sydney. That's it. We explored all the Orange Park, Western, airport story. Then we ended up buying, okay, let's buy in a Blacktown Council. It is strong market. We bought this 1.04 mil. Right? That property has a main dwelling, rented for 600, and have a granny flat rented for 400. So this property is returning $1,000 per week. Right? 4 to 2 main configuration, and then we have 2 bedrooms in a granny flat. So this is something. If you really want to stick, these are the properties you have to tap in, or at least you buy like a not. If it was already built granny flat. But you can try, okay, find like 800K property, 200K on a granny flat. At least that can help you. You can live in a main dwelling, granny flat can be rented out. At least it will help you pay your mortgage. So these are the success stories. If I say there are multiple, like I said, like last month only we secured 9 properties. There are multiple stories. This particular one, 517 rented for 650. 543 rented for 670. This one 513 rented for 580. This one 510 rented for 650. 530 rented for 620. Just a recent one 535 rented for 670. Right? There's a lot of opportunities in the market. We can definitely help out with understanding it and buying those in a short term. We are now stand number 9 in the presentation room and in the expo room. Feel free to come to us, ask whatever question you have. We can definitely help you. Any questions now? Yes.
When we covered Hobart?
So Hobart is kind of reaching its affordability issue. Like during COVID, property has grown too much. Like it is not affordable for locals. I was taking only the 5 main sectors. So Hobart is like if you buy before COVID, just at the beginning of COVID, Hobart was very good. But it's not at the point to enter in.
What about Darwin?
See, Darwin again, so economy is not different. Like bird is something which a lot of has a lot of potential getting diversified. Darwin, one thing is market is not very reliable. You can't be reliable on Darwin. It can be a risky move. That's why we kind of try to make it. I'm basing on the we have set up a most of the market where we are just finding local people. We are focusing so that we don't get to the situation when it's not a good person. Videos and then this property now at least So that we have tried